Hey, Matthew Loop here. What's going on, guys? Just thought I'd shoot this quick video live to give you some best practices and tips when you're utilizing Facebook Live. I get so many questions every week from doctors, entrepreneurs, and they're asking me about the best practices. What should I do? What shouldn't I do? So I'm going to just be shoot off the hip today, give you some big points and big mistakes where I see a lot of people missing the boat and really messing up their communication. Sometimes it's those small, subtle things that can really make the difference in whether people actually believe you, or they pay attention to your message, or they just go ahead and scroll through their newsfeed onto another live. So listen, hey, if you're coming on to this broadcast, definitely thumb it up. Show me you're listening, and if you have any questions at any time, definitely post them below. So Facebook Live, why do you need to be using it? Here's the deal. We know that eventually we're going to have to pay to play on Facebook. For all intents and purposes, it's an advertising network. I've been saying this for a long time, but we can still garner the most organic reach when we do Facebook Live. So whether it's on your fan page or your personal page, there's tremendous opportunity to still get a fair deal of free exposure. Listen, I'm all about paying for traffic, but if I can get free organic exposure, that's a beautiful thing as well. So these are some of the best tips that you can implement today. I'm going to probably do a few of these videos because I'm not going to wrap it into a big 30-minute video on this broadcast, but I will give you some of the things that I see. Now, the very first thing is to get over your fear of going live. When is the best time to go live? I always get asked, is it 8 o'clock at night? Is it 7 o'clock in the morning? And guess what? The best time to go live is now, right now. You see people all day in your business and or your office, or maybe you're in an online business where you get commonly asked questions. Do a quick live video that takes you 2 to 3 minutes and address those commonly asked questions. You don't need a super big rehearsed script to be able to talk about something that you talk about all day long. It's just like talking with a friend. And I know it might be tough initially to speak to an inanimate object, to look right in the camera's eye, but you'll get used to it. What helped me initially is when my wife would get behind the camera, so I'd be doing a Facebook Live video or just a regular video filming. She'd be there, and I would calm down a little. I'd be able to relax because there was a person, a real individual behind the camera. So whatever it takes, but just do something now. Don't wait another week, 2 weeks. Listen, I have no idea how long this opportunity will be live or available to us to get more free exposure from Facebook. It's not going to be that long based on history and the social network's track record. So the best time to go live is now. Right, that's tip number one. And by the way, if you're joining me, thumb it up if you like this content, share and tag friends. Anyone you feel could benefit from this stuff, I would love to hear your feedback too. If you have any tips or advice, just post them below in the comments. So let's see, what's another tip that I can give you right now, and or a big mistake that many people seem to be making? Okay, here's the deal. Right now, doing this Facebook Live, I'm outside. The sky is overcast, which is beautiful. Overcast light is the best. I tell you, it just features your face and everything else very well. You don't have to try too hard, and you don't even need many times an external microphone if you're outside, unless it's really, really windy. The sound picks up, the quality is great, and you don't have to have this fancy, super fancy lighting setup that you might need to if you're going indoors. There's a time and place. You can shoot live video indoor, outdoor, but I recommend, for the most part, I do outdoor just because it's easier and I don't have to worry about the lighting effects. However, whatever you need to do to make it happen at whatever time that's possible, maybe your only time free is 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the evening. Well, in that situation, you might need to buy a ring light or go to Amazon and pick up a couple softbox lights or a video studio kit that I've given away a couple times on my Instagram profile. I do cool giveaways over there, so if we're not connected on Instagram, make sure that you connect with me over there. That's instagram.com/Matthew Loop, and you can check out some of the other giveaways. And next time I do one, definitely chime in. So overcast light, I prefer it. If you're just starting out, this is tip number 3. Make sure you have a still hand behind the camera and or a tripod. I'm shooting this live video right now from a tripod, and you can see that one of the advantages of doing this is you don't get any wobbling in the screen, which can distract from communication. Same thing with the lighting that I was mentioning before. If your lighting doesn't look great, or if you're shooting at 9 o'clock at night and it's super dim, it just really distracts from the core message. And if you're distracting, you're increasing your blah, which is decreasing your effectiveness and the ability of somebody to comprehend and really want to just be there and understand and stick around for the broadcast. Don't shoot yourself in the foot before you begin. So those are some points there. So I was talking about the still hand, yes, the tripod. If you're just starting out, it may be better to use a tripod like what I'm doing in this video. That way you don't have to worry about it. And if you notice too, if your hand is not super still, if you're holding your iPhone like this in portrait or landscape mode, it's going to wobble more. And what does that do to the image sometimes? It makes it grainy. Sometimes the signal, if you don't have good signal, will make your live video grainy, which really sucks. And quite honestly, sometimes that's unpredictable, because I've went live many times where I've, turned off all my programs on my cell phone. I've got, strong cell phone signal, 5 bars on the Wi-Fi, like everything's working great, and for some odd reason, it's still very, very grainy. Sometimes there's really not much you can do in that regard. But if you remove the distraction, if you're not shaking, if you have great lighting, if you just, like I said, speak from the heart, you can you don't have to have an elaborate script. You don't have to have this big outline, but you can have words on the wall behind you just to jog your memory. Oh yeah, in this video I'm going to talk about 5 different things, do a quick intro, maybe cover some research, maybe give a tip and a valuable piece of information, maybe issue a call to action of what to do next, and maybe sign off by saying my name, whatever that is. Create your own small little outline and you'll have it a little bit easier. I mean, my best lives that I've done have been where I've gotten an idea or an idea is what I'm going to talk about, but I shoot from the hip. These videos are not flawless by any means. Sometimes I'll do video where I'll get a professional film crew out, and of course we can retake as many as we want. But that can leave you with hours. If you go live, you've got to get it done right now. You've got to create the, I won't say perfect video, but you've got to follow through. Everyone's watching you. You can't just stop the recording and start again. That doesn't make sense. So you're under pressure, and times that you're under pressure, you will typically perform better. How are we doing so far? Hey, if you like these live tips, thumb it up, tag somebody, or add your own tips to live video. Now, another big mistake that I see, and this comes from a lot of chiropractors that I'll see on their screen, they're doing live videos. They will go live with somebody else in the video. So let's say they might shoot a patient testimonial in this live video, and their dimensions are totally distorted. And what I mean is this: if I'm here and this patient is all the way back there, you can see how far, if I go all the way back, how small my hand is. You see the difference there? I've seen some people like, hey, this is Mary Smith. She had a great experience in our office. Hey, Mary, how did you feel? And the doctor is literally like this. I mean, it's super annoying, and it totally distracts, right? You should be right at the same level. Does that make sense? I mean, I really hope so, because I see this a lot. You don't want to make it all about you. And in fact, if a patient or somebody is giving you a testimonial or kind words and feedback, why not just get out of the screen and make them the focal point? Because that's who they want to hear about. It's not about you, it's about them. So I'm just giving you some serious advice based on some mistakes, and it just really distracts, and it kind of looks unprofessional if it's done that way. So I talked about the lighting, just getting a still hand behind the camera. We talked about just the positioning in the frame, getting a tripod. Those are some big things that you, as either a doctor, professional, entrepreneur, can really take to heart and get implemented when you're doing your Facebook Lives, just to make it more receptive. If people understand you better, if they want to watch your video, if it's visually appealing, if it's not crazy and crooked, well, your conversion is going to be higher, whatever you want them to do. Whether it's to go and visit you in your office, buy something online, enter their name and email for a report or some type of quiz that you're offering, whatever you're offering, is you're going to have higher conversion because the video looks more professional. Is this making sense? If you guys like this, show me some love. Any questions that you have while I am live at this stage? I'm doing this for you on Facebook to help you be more successful this year. I want to see you thrive and prosper, and there are certain things that will help you get your message out much better and be more clear when you verbalize and people see you on the camera. So those are some tips off the top of my head. I will be doing a couple of these videos, like I said before, but I'll start with that, and certainly Any questions, post them down below. By the way, if you are, let's see, it's January 2019, starting off to a great start already. I'd like to invite you, if you are a doctor or entrepreneur, this April, we're having a Caribbean Adventure Mastermind in Cancun the last weekend in April. If you go to www.ucam.fun, www, add that in front of it, you'll see all the details. I also do my Social Media Revenue Summit here in Atlanta every August. Right now it's looking like it's going to be the Four Seasons, right around August 17th. So make sure you block that weekend off and just put Loop, Matthew Loop. That's my weekend to go and hang out at the Social Media Revenue Summit and just have a red carpet experience like you've never experienced. Trust me, this is amazing. You can go online and just check out previous Social Media Revenue Summit highlight videos and see how we really take care of guests and give it a first-class experience. So that is going to be happening. And then any way that I can help you, just let me know. I love helping people thrive. There's so much opportunity that we have at our fingertips. Use these Facebook Live tips. If you're just tuning in, watch this video again. Lots of good stuff and mistakes you may be making. Best practices, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stick them out down below. Talk to you soon. Bye.